and they will watch it. They get a different link.
So, okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to my Cloud News for July. My name is Jason. Also got Janine on this call. Now, this webinar will be recorded and available to view. If we could please ask that everyone mute their microphone, and if you would like to ask a question, if you could please enter that into the chat window, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Okay, now looking for the agenda for today's session, we're going to have Microsoft Inspire highlights. This is something that Janine, Matt, and myself attended last week, which is an awesome event. Janine will take you through some partner updates around competencies and incentives, and then I'll cover off some new security requirements for CSP partners. Also the request a reseller relationship feature change. We'll then kick off to Janine to run you through some of the 365 partner accelerators, as well as the Teams partner guide, and then back to me for some stuff around Azure Solutions Architect and what's coming, just a couple of fun things that are coming for FY20 in Azure. And then at the end, Janine will cover off some of the training that's coming up as well. Okay, so over to you, Janine.
Cool, thanks, Jason. So we were lucky to attend Microsoft Inspire last week. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of key notes and also give you some links on the sessions if you'd like to watch them on demand. So Microsoft Inspire is the annual worldwide partner conference, and Gabriella did the keynote. And one thing she did point out was that she is going to reinstate the internal use rights through to partners. They did announce last week that they were going to remove those, but they have reinstated it. They've listened to the partners, and they've taken that on board, and you've got them back. So that's really great news. So a couple of other things that she did mention was they are heavily investing in security and compliance. So they do invest $1 billion every year on R&D on security, and they are saying that that's a real strong focus for FY20. They've also announced the general availability of a Microsoft security competency. This new competency allows your partners to market the expertise and provides access to a range of benefits designed to enable business growth and profitability. If you missed out on attending Inspire, there are some really awesome sessions that you can actually watch on demand. So all you need to do is follow this link that I've got underlined here, and that will take you through to all the sessions that you can watch. Now, CSP partner updates. Now, Microsoft have announced the new FY20 partner incentives for silver and gold partners. If you'd like any further info on that, please contact myself directly, and I can update you personally on that. And I'll just hand over to Jase, and he'll cover off the new security requirements for CSP partners.
Okay, so Microsoft is obviously very focused on security, which is great, but also trying to make sure they're safeguarding your end users' data as well as your data. One way they're choosing to do this is with everyone having to become multi-factor authentication compliant by the 1st of August. Now, this is something that obviously we have to do internally as well to protect you, and we have made that change. That change is also coming to my cloud store, and will be available on the 1st of August as well. So we will make sure that we are fully compliant, and we're asking that you guys do the same. How you choose to do it is up to you, but it will be enforced, and effectively what it'll mean that if you don't enforce MFA for access to Partner Center, there will be a lot of things you can't do. So it'll actually really impact your ability to sell and support your Microsoft customers. So please make sure that you get onto this ASAP. If you have any questions or queries about it, please give us a call. You know, if you have users that aren't licensed, they don't need to be licensed to use MFA. Okay, so this isn't going to cost you anything other than your time. And to be fair, for most of you guys, this should be bread and butter, and it should only take you a few minutes to set up. But if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Sorry, Jason, I'm just going to butt in. If you want to see anything underlined, and we'll send this way out to you after the presentation. Anything underlined is going to take you to a live link that'll give you further details on that topic.
And there are lots and lots of details. Okay, so now, so this is something that's been around for years. So the ability for you guys to request a relationship with your customer, you can call it requesting delegated admin or delegated admin requests. It's been called loads of things over the years. Now this is changing with Partner Center. So now hopefully most of you have migrated to Partner Center. If not, please do so as soon as you can. So what's going to happen is the link that you use to do this is changing, and then some of the functionality is changing as well. So from the 1st of October, the old URL will redirect you to the new one. And then from the 1st of November, the old URL will no longer work. So you can see in here, the links are there. So when you're asking your customer for a delegated admin request or a reseller relationship, this is now done via Partner Center. It's also a more secure relationship as well than it has been in the past. So again, any queries, please let us know.
Cool. So I'll just jump in here and give you guys an update on Modern Workplace. So Microsoft 365, they've released partner accelerators. So basically what they've done is they've split Microsoft 365 into 3 groups, and they've provided workshops around security, teamwork assessments, etc. So the security workshop helps you land that value proposition of Microsoft security. And that's a 3-day engagement that includes understanding your customers' goals, identifying using Microsoft 365 E5 trials, and delivering the Microsoft security end-to-end story. So this is a really good step to take if you are focusing on security with your customers around Microsoft 365. They also have a teamwork assessment, so that enables you to engage with your business and your IT leaders to identify customer use cases, and that will create strategic alignment and define actionable roadmaps that deliver that business value. So the business decision maker workshop drives customer intent through demonstrations and identifying customer prioritized use cases. So it's worthwhile having a look in there. Again, there's a link here that will take you through to the appropriate web page at Microsoft. And lastly, they've got a Windows 10 assessment. So that helps you create customer intent for Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus deployments. And it also helps you to start those conversations with managed service solutions to help customers make the most of their investment. So customer outcomes of this particular assessment is the Windows 10 assessment helps customers move to Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus by enabling you to resolve any blockers in the IT environments that might stand in the way of a full Windows 10 and Office Pro Plus migration. So I encourage you to have a look at those. Also, this is really great. I found this the other day. This is the brand new Microsoft Teams partner guide. Now it is brand new. It is developed from the original one that they released, and I will take you into it because I think it's well worth having a look. So just bear with me for a moment. Jump into here. Okay, so what you're seeing here is the partner guide for Microsoft Teams, but inside you've got a raft of information that is really, really useful. It'll give you an overview of the different areas from Teams live events, which is what we are actually using now, Teams rooms, Teams enabled devices, calling, Skype for Business upgrades, and meetings. So you can hover over any of these areas and that will take you into a downloadable presentation or any other documentation for that area. But it's very good, awesome information in here. There's some highlights around testimonials and use case studies. Also, if you're looking at building a just pause that, building a calling and meetings practice, this is a great plan to follow. And as you can see at the bottom there, that takes you through a step-by-step process on how you can create a market landscape to go to market. Also here, getting ready for Microsoft Teams. So if you are looking at implementing that in-house or even with your customers, this is how you would go through, and you can access sales kits, presentations, demos, you name it, it's all in here. And right down to technical levels, so fundamentals around Teams, checking out phone system in Microsoft Teams and how to add all those voice capabilities, and meetings and devices also. So I do encourage you guys to have a look. There's a go-to-market plan here too, etc. So to access that partner guide, you just need to follow this link here. So I'll just hand back over to James, and he'll give you an Azure update.
Okay, so Kenny Co. So we are incredibly excited to announce that in a couple of weeks, Kenny will be coming on board with EXEED. We feel that this is perfect timing for this role. Now, just to cover off what has happened in the previous 6 months with a resource we did have. So Apollo Russell, hopefully a lot of you met him over the last 6 months. He was a Microsoft resource that was given to us to help grow our Azure business. He did some amazing things, and we really appreciate everything he did there. But I think what we learned over those 6 months was we needed someone who could not only price an opportunity, but someone who could do a lot more as well. And this is a reason we're bringing Kenny on board. We've taken your feedback on some of the challenges and some of the sales blockers you've had around Microsoft Azure, things like scoping, pricing, implementation, and these are all things that Kenny will be able to help you with. So he'll be able to sit down, have a competent conversation with you around exactly what it is you're trying to do, scope up the opportunity, price out the opportunity, and help you implement the opportunity. We understand that, you know, having these competencies on board is something we would obviously love you all to do, but it's something that a lot of you either don't have time or resource to do. So we'd love to do this for you. So you can read about his experience there. He's obviously been around a fair bit, done a lot of things, and has a very exciting background. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting Kenny out to the market. So we'll introduce him in a couple of weeks, and yeah, looking forward to that very much so. Now, Azure migration. So this is obviously with SQL and Windows Server coming up into support. Obviously, SQL's already just gone, and Server's not that far away. So Microsoft are very concerned that there are a lot of people out there, and there are a lot of people still using the software, and they are now very much exposed to the elements. So what they want to do is provide solutions and pathways for these people to come across. So some of the things that part of the migration program are things like curated step-by-step training, and this is directly with Microsoft. You get comprehensive technical resources. There's also free Azure migration tools and cost-saving tools, including things like Azure credits that you can get as you make the move to cover the cost of making the move as well. So Microsoft is very serious about getting these customers into new platforms and away from those security risks. So again, if you want to talk about that, please let us know. Moving on to Azure Lighthouse. So this is a really neat one. So this is, again, something that'll be coming over the next few months, and something that was announced at Inspire. So Lighthouse fundamentally is a single pane of view where you can see all of your customers and all of your customers' workloads and resources inside of Azure portal your Azure portal rather than their Azure portal. So using identity management rather than having to log in at portal.azure.com and log into your specific account for that user. Now you just go into your account and you'll see your 1, 2, 5, 10, 50,000 customers, and then be able to select the resource. You can make changes to those resources, and it will all be based on your identity management. So, you know, if you're a contributor or an owner, basically whatever you've been set up as will allow you to do whatever you need to do in there. Obviously, a lot of you are the direct partner for these customers and their trusted partner, so you almost always have control anyway, but it does just give you that really nice single pane of glass.
So upcoming training and events. So we've got a Microsoft 365 Technical Fundamentals that's going to be held in Auckland on August the 26th. So if you are interested in attending, then you can just follow this link here to reserve your seat. This course does provide the knowledge of adopting cloud services, also Microsoft 365 cloud service offerings. And you're going to learn about cloud fundamentals. You're going to have an overview of cloud computing, specifically around Microsoft cloud services. You'll be introduced to Azure, and also you'll see a difference between, you'll be able to examine the difference between Office 365 and Microsoft 365. It will give you an in-depth review of Microsoft 365, including the security and collaboration features of that product. Now, if you are interested in the security side of things, I would encourage you to go and you're in the technical space to attend this course. So the seats are open and it's a full day in Auckland. I will be attending that myself. So that's it from us. We're just a short update this time, but if you need to contact us, I've listed all the contact details at the end here. And I will also be sending this Sway document out to all of you, along with the on-demand link and also the QR code that's at the top of this presentation. You can access the on-demand from that as well. So if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact either myself or Jason, and we're more than happy to help. And yeah, Happy New Year for FY20.
Great, thanks guys, really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jason.